You talked about not competing at purple and then, competing at just once at brown?
I got 2 at brown. And again, I signed up for more.
Yeah, yeah.
But they wouldn't work out. Just like you're saying, there's just not very many females.
Yeah. But there's things like, I think you guys do it the right way, because anytime I look at the roster, I always know when you're going to do a competition because you sign up right away.
Yes.
Right? And you do too when you're going to do one.
Yep.
So I think that's the right thing to do, especially as a Masters athlete, especially as a woman. Like, people are like, oh, there's nobody in my division yet. Throw your name out there.
Yeah, so they know to sign up.
Yeah, maybe there's 10 women sitting there like, oh, shoot, she's in. Like, I'll sign up too,
Yeah, lead by example. Right?
Yeah, lead by example. I mean, that's really, think about Masters Worlds, 10 years ago when we were out there watching our professors compete, right? There were like 5 men in the bracket. Right. It wasn't 45 like it is today. You know what I mean?
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. But yeah, there's like 5, maybe 10. I mean, it wasn't what it is now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But they paved the way for us to have the big brackets.
Yep.
Right.
Sure.
So I think that's really important. And, I remember 2000, maybe 16 or 17, we were at Pans, and the big hoopla was about the women saying we want our own divisions because they had 2.
Yeah.
They had Masters 1, Masters 2. That's all they get.
Oh, wow.
And they had these 40-year-old women going against 31. It's not the same. It's not the same. So they were like, we want our own divisions, and the IBJJF is like, oh, you're going to have the smallest brackets. They're like, fine, and they don't. At the big tournaments, they get decent brackets now.
Wow.
But those were the women that said, hey, we're not gonna do this. Like, we want our own.
Good.
And there's a woman, I think her name is, I'm going to screw it up. It's either Yvette or Yvonne Duarte. She's a coral belt. And she was the first woman to go to Helio and not Helio. Who's the one that created like the competition? I think it might have been Helio. But she went to the highest level, at the highest rank, and been like, hey, I want to compete. At the time, they were not even allowing women to compete. Wow. So she paved the way for you guys to have even brackets. You know what I mean? So there's always got to be a first, right? Be the first to put your name out there. Maybe people will sign up. Be the first, be the first, be the first. I can't emphasize that enough, and like I'm Masters 15, I'm Masters 5 now. And I literally have to message people like, hey, are you signing up? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Because we just don't have enough people. At the last Phoenix Open, I had 2 people in my bracket that I'd never competed against. I'm like, oh, thank God. Yeah. Like, finally, right?
It's not Doug.
It's not Doug. I'm tired of getting my ass kicked by Doug.
Looks better, competes better.
Son of a bitch. Has nicer hair. I hate that guy. I hate him. But I was going to ask you something. Competing. So
we just went over this.
Yeah. So at the black belt level, I never realized how different it would be. I knew it would be different, but like my first competition was my first competitor was a guy named Troy Acker, and Troy had won, Nogi Worlds. He was like been around a long time, 3-stripe black belt. And I'm like, holy crap. And I won the match because he got DQ'd. Oh. But Troy and I still talk. He and I have competed a few times, and we still see each other at Master Worlds, and it's like, oh my gosh, how you doing? Kind of thing, right? But I guess what I'm saying is, like, as you're, what Masters are you?
Will I be 3?
3?
You're 3.
Yeah.
3. So
the last 2 Masters Worlds ago, I shook hands with Rodrigo Medeiros on the mat. We competed against each other. He's the founder of BJJ Revolution. Mm-hmm. Those are the people that you're going to be, the people that YouTube
Legends,
and look up to.
Yes, yeah.
You're like, I'm shaking his hand going,
no stress.
Yeah.
I'm shaking his hand going, do you realize who you are, dude? And I lost, but there was it was a fun match. But it's just one of those things, like, as you go in there, you're like looking at this person's, pedigree, and you're like, he's been a black belt longer than I've been doing jiu-jitsu by a mile. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's
crazy because I have Q always in my division at Master Worlds. Right. So I'm like, we already know where that's going. But then I also had like Demetrius Johnson at Mighty Mouse that was in my bracket. Yeah. He was on the other side of the bracket, but it was just like, it's crazy. Like Master Worlds, you just run into like legends of the sport and of MMA too, because they're all doing jiu-jitsu too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One year, I had Jose Carlos in my division, and I would have had to won 3 matches to get to the quarterfinal where I would have fought him, and I lost my 3rd. But I showed him a picture of me at one of his seminars as a white belt and another one as a blue belt.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I'm in the same bracket with this guy.
Gosh, he's like, I'm still not going to take it easy.
He's like, I'm still going to kill you, you know?
Awesome.
He's a nice guy though too.
He's a great guy. Yeah. I've rolled with him several times.
He seems to stop in every time he's in town.
Yeah. So. But it's I think it's important that you do it. You know, because like you believe it or not, you're paving the way for all the little girls that are in that line.
For sure.
You're paving the way for them.
For sure.
And that means something.